Hi 6th graders, I hope you've been doing well. Today we are going to continue on with Unit 2, Lesson 2.7, which is all about dividing decimals by whole numbers. So your learning target is I can divide using decimals and whole numbers. Alright, so this lesson is very similar to Lesson 2.5, which is all about multiplying decimals by whole numbers, except now we're dividing. So, a helpful trick when we are dividing by tens, hundreds, and thousands. When we use mental math, here's how we do it. Our first step is to count the number of zeros that we have. Our second step is to slide the decimal point to the left, the same number of zeros, and the third place, if necessary, to use zeros as placeholders. Alright, so let's show you how this works. So number 1, we have 15 and 8/10 divided by 10. So my first step is to count my number of zeros. I see I have 1 0. So I like to rewrite my number. That means I'm moving my decimal point one place to the left. When we divide, we are moving to the left. When we multiply, we move to the right. Okay, but we're dividing, so I'm going to move this decimal place one place to the left. Alright, so my number when I divide gives me 1 and 58 hundredths. Alright, let's go on to number 2. Number 2 is 476 and 1/10 divided by 1,000. So the first step is to count your number of zeros. I see I have 3 zeros and I'm dividing, so I'm moving to the left. So I'm going to rewrite my number. Alright, let's move it to the left. 3 places. So 1, 2, 3. Alright, I like to add a 0 in front of my decimal place just to make my number look a little nicer. So my answer when I divide is 4,761 10,000ths. Number 3, I'm taking 8 and 5/10 divided by 100. First step is to count how many zeros we have. We have 2 zeros, so I'm going to move my decimal point 2 places to the left. So here we go. Here's 1 place, here's 2 places. And again, we need to add a 0 in that empty spot and then a 0 in front. So my answer is 0 and 85 thousandths. Alright, so that's a helpful, easy trick instead of actually dividing your numbers, is to just move the decimal point. Alright, so now let's look at our next set of examples, which is dividing decimals using models. So when we divide decimals using models, we are going to fill in our first number. So my first number, I see I have 2 and 4/10. So if you want to switch to a highlighter, we are going to color in 2 and 4/10 on this on this diagram. Okay, so 2 full ones would be all of that back, so that's 1. And all of this box, which gives us 2. Is our number just 2? Nope, our number is 2 and 4/10, which means I need, man, I can't draw straight lines today. I need 4 more of these boxes filled in. Alright, so I have my first number. Now my second number, I am dividing it by 4. So that means I need to figure out how many will be in groups of 4. So the way I like to do it is, if you want to switch it to a pen, we're going to use 4 different colors. Okay, so I see that all of these are tenths. So let's focus on our tenths. So my first group is going to have this row. Pick a different color. My next group is going to have that row. My next group. And lastly, my fourth group. Alright, so I have 4 different colors with 4 different groups, but I still have a bunch of pieces left that I need to put in a group. So we're going to continue until we're all out of the ones that still need to be put in groups. Alright, so I did blue, red, green, purple. So I'm going to continue that pattern. Blue, oops, wrong color blue. blue, red, green, purple. I'm going to keep going until I get all the way done. Blue, red, green, oops, wrong color, green, green, purple. Blue, red, green, purple. Blue, red, green, purple. Blue, red, green, purple. Alright, and I am done. So now we need to count how many I have in each group. So let's start with our blues. I have 1, 2, oops, let me switch to blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues. So over here I'm going to write 6/10. Now red, let's count how many reds we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6/10 of red. What about green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10 of green. And lastly, our purple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10 of purple. So is it safe to say that all of these have 6/10 in their group? Yes, so 6/10 is our answer. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, number 2, I have 1 4/10 divided by 7. So our first step is to color in 1 4/10. So I think it's faster using a highlighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, I have 1 hole. Now I need 4/10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so now we need to divide this up into 7/10. Into 7 groups, not 7/10. So we're going to use 7 different colors. Alright, so I'm going to start with yellow. There's 1. Orange, 2. Red, 3. Pink, 4. Green, 5. Purple, 6. And lastly, blue, 7. Alright, so I have my 7 different colors. So now I'm going to do the same thing until I have all 7 of my, or all of my 1 4/10 filled in. Okay, so I'm going to start over with the pattern. Yellow, orange, red, pink, green, purple, and lastly blue. How many did I have in each group? If you notice, I have 2 yellows, I have 2 oranges, I have 2 reds, 2 pinks, 2 greens, 2 purples, and 2 blues. So my answer is 2/10. Alright, let's look at the last one. 1 5/10 divided by 5. So your first step is to color in 1 5/10. So that would mean this whole box is filled in. And then 1/10, 2/10, 3, 4, 5/10. Alright, now I'm dividing it into 5 groups. So I need 5 different colors. Alright, here's my first group, blue. My next group is green. My third group is purple. My fourth group is red. And my fifth group is orange. Alright, so we're going to continue doing that until they are all put in groups. So start the pattern over. Blue, green, purple, red, orange, blue, green, purple, red, and orange. Alright, they're all accounted for. How many do I have in each color? Right, I see I have 3 blues, 3 greens, 3 purples, 3 reds, and 3 oranges. So my answer is 3/10. Alright, So now let's look at how to divide decimals. Just cross this part out. Sorry, it's in the wrong order. Alright, so to divide decimals, we are going to ignore our decimal points and divide as normal. And then we are going to place our decimal point directly above the decimal point in the dividend. Alright, so I'll explain what that all means. Alright, so number one, I'm taking 6 8/10 divided by 2. So I'm going to write my division problem just like I would normally. And now I'm just going to ignore that decimal point. Okay, let's divide. 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. So I subtract and I get 0. Now I bring down my 8. How many times does 2 go into 8 times? Right, 2 goes into 8 4 times. And then 2 times 4 is 8. When you subtract, you get 0. Now, I divided like normal, but now I need to place my decimal point directly above where it was in the problem. So, my answer is 3 4/10. Alright, let's try another one. Number 2, I'm taking 7 5/10 divided by 3. So again, you write it just like normal. And we think, how many times does 3 go into 7? 3 goes into 7 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. When you subtract 7 minus 6, you get 1. And then you bring down your 5. How many times does 3 go into 15? Right, goes in 5 times. And then when you subtract from 15, you get 0. So we're done dividing. But is my answer 25? No, it's not. Right, I need to put my decimal point exactly above where it is in the problem. So my answer is 2 5/10. Alright, number 3. 3 5/10 divided by 7. Alright, we write our number exactly how we would normally. 7 does not fit inside 3, so I put my 0 there. How many times does 7 fit inside 35? Right, 5 times. Okay, but my answer isn't 5. I have to put my decimal point exactly where it is in the problem. So my answer is 0 5/10. Alright, let's move on. Number 1. Oh, they should have renumbered it. Sorry. Number 1, I'm taking 9 8/10 divided by 2. So again, I write my number exactly the same. I want you to try these next 3 on your own and then come back to see if you got them right. Alright, so 2 goes into 9 4 times. 2 times 4 is 8. When I subtract 9 minus 8, I get 1. And then I have to carry down my 8. 2 fits inside 18 9 times. But my answer isn't 49. I have to put my decimal point exactly above. So my answer is 4 9/10. Alright, number 2. I have 3 49/100 divided by 4. 4 does not fit inside 3. But 4 fits inside 34 8 times. 4 times 8 is 32. When you subtract, you get 2, and then bring down your 9. 4 fits inside 29 7 times. 4 times 7 gives you 28. When you subtract, you get 1. But we're not done. We have to keep adding zeros until we get a final answer. 4 fits inside 10 2 times. 10 times 2 is 8. When you subtract, you get 2. We're still not there. Let's bring down our 0. How many times does 4 fit inside 20? Right, fits inside 5 times, and that gives you exactly 20, so when you subtract, you have 0. But our answer isn't 8,725. Our answer is really 8,725 10,000ths. So that one we had to add some zeros and keep dividing until we got our nice number. Alright, our last one, we have 55 and 800ths divided by 5. So I'm going to divide that out. 5 fits inside 5 one time. When you subtract, you get 0. Bring down the 5. 5 fits inside 5 one time. When you subtract, you get 0. Bring down your 0. 5 does not fit inside 0, so you add a 0 up there. Bring down the 8. 5 fits inside 8 one time. Subtract and you get 3. Let's add our 0 and bring it down. 5 fits inside 30 6 times, and that gives you exactly 30, so we are done. But our answer isn't 11,016, it's 11 and 16 hundredths. Or sorry, 16 thousandths. Alright, so right now you can work on the worksheet and you can work on the 2 IXLs that you have. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, have a great day. Bye.